Sam, YouTube.
Hello? I don't know what that was.
YouTube, Sam, YouTube.
What? What the heck? I'm going crazy.
Sam.
What?
Sam.
Who are you?
Sam.
What are you talking to?
Sam, YouTube.
What do you want?
Don't forget YouTube.
Stop, dude, stop!
YouTube.
Stop.
YouTube.
Ah! I haven't made a YouTube video in like 3 weeks. Let me get on that right now. What is up, y'all? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. I know it's been a while. Some of you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, Sam, where have you been for the last 3 weeks? I know I promised I'll make 2 videos a week for this whole year, and I have failed. I have failed. But I'm going to explain to you in this video why. You know? Because I know some of you guys are like, dude, Sam, I needed a video, man. I needed to get my arms bigger. I needed to get my legs, my shoulders huge for my girlfriend or wannabe girlfriend. And you weren't there. You weren't there. Well, I'm sorry. But, hey, I'm here now, and I'm going to explain to you why. Why I've been gone for 3 weeks. Alright, and as you can tell by this title, you guys are probably like, Sam, why did you go to Mardi Gras 2K16? Hashtag turn up. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Because you're like, dude, aren't you a Christian, bro? You can't be going to that. And that's exactly what I'm going to explain to you why I was there. So, I am in college. Woohoo! I am a senior. And the school I go to is called School of Urban Missions. And what that is there's cohorts all around the US, the world, and we take online school. It's like a Bible school. So you become a pastor, worship pastor, teacher, really anything. I mean, it's pretty sweet. But, so what we do is once a year, we all come to Mardi Gras as one school, about like 400, 500 students, and we do street evangelism. And I'm just going to knock all thoughts that we are the people that hold the signs that say, Jesus hates you, or Jesus, you're going to die because you're a sinner. That's not what we do, okay? We don't do that. What we do is we get a partner, and we just go on the streets, and we just talk to people, you know, ask them certain questions, then just talk about Jesus, ask to pray for him, and if it leads to that, you know, get some salvation, ask for healing, just simple stuff like that. We're not the crazy ones that are coming up to you all in your face. We're just trying to have a conversation and love on you guys, because that's what we're down there to do, okay? But I'm just going to explain to you my Mardi Gras experience, so let's get into it. So, I have already been to Mardi Gras once with my school, and that was last year, and it was an awesome experience. But I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. I was not excited to go this year. I was like, dude, this is a one-time experience. Like, I don't want to have to do this again. But you have to go 2 out of the 3 years. And so we left, okay? And we left 2 Wednesdays ago, like 3 o'clock. It's like an 18-hour bus ride. Really freaking boring overnight. I hate sleeping on buses. And anyways, okay, so we get there. You know, and honestly, I had a very bad attitude about it. And I was like, I really don't want to be here. Like, I already went once. I already lived up, you know, the Mardi Gras trip. But we get there, and we got there Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and you just check in on Thursday. You don't do much. And then there's like a service. I thought there was a service we had. And it was just, you know, the whole school coming together. We did like a worship session, and our chancellor or principal spoke. So that was cool. So next morning, Friday, we have breakout rooms every morning, and it's like you go to, if you want to be a youth pastor, you go to like the youth or like evangelism or anything like that. So it was honestly really, I like the breakout rooms. That was honestly one of my favorite parts, but I got to go, you know, see some awesome speakers. But then we had lunch, we come back, and then we have service. It's like 1.5 hours, and then we go out on the streets. So how that works is, just my honest experience of it, is, you know, you get on the bus around, I think we're out there from 5 to 9, something like that, 5:30, 9:30, 5:30, 9, something like that. But, so you get a partner, and it's a random person from a different cohort, and it's like, so you could get matched with someone from California, like my partner. I'm from Wisconsin, and my partner was from Oakland. She was super cool. In the beginning, you know, that's the scariest part for me, honestly, was getting a partner, because, like, you don't know your partner before anything. You don't know how she is. You don't know how anything like that works. You really don't. And so that's the nervous part for me, but luckily through prayer, and I know she was praying for her partner too, which ended up being me, that it was awesome. She was really, really cool. But anyway, so the first day we all get on the bus, and I'm just, you know, small talking, like, you just trying to get a conversation going because I've never met this person, and we're about to go talk about Jesus to millions of people. So you drive the bus for 30 minutes, and then you get off the bus with your partner, and you guys, as like, there's different section buses, and you walk down for 30 minutes. So like, takes 30 minutes to get to Bourbon Street, which is the main street of Mardi Gras, and that's where we do our street evangelism. And so yeah, so after that we walk 30 minutes, and then when you get on the street, we do these things called power-ups, where we do these cheers, and we're sitting there, you know, in my attitude, I'm just like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. And the first mistake I made was not having myself filled up with enough prayer that first night, so it honestly didn't go that well. I mean, we had some conversations, but really not, like, no prayers or anything. Like, I was definitely like, oh, this is why I hated this, like, I'm not good at this, blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, the first night was not good. I mean, me and my partner did fine, like, we had good conversation, like, she was awesome, but it was just, the conversations weren't coming in very crazy, and it wasn't as busy as you think it would be, so it was a lot of people like, dude, I've already got prayed for, like, stop. So that was, you know, I was kind of down about that. I was like, well, this is gonna stink. So then the next day, on Saturday, we do the same thing. We wake up, go to breakfast, and then we have, you know, just sermons, and someone comes and speaks. We had 2 of those in the morning and this second service. But the main one I want to talk about was the first one on Saturday, because this is why I'm making this video, because of this story, and it was one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me. So on Saturday morning service, it was about world missions, and just like talking if you wanted to go to a different country, blah, blah, blah. It was a really good message. It was from, I think, Dr. Coates. And at the end of the message, you know, he had us all stand up, and we were supposed to clear our minds and keep it very blank. And like, you know, then pray for a couple minutes and see if God gives you like an image of a country that you're supposed to go to if you're called to like to be a missionary. And I know I'm not called to be a missionary, so I was like, alright, we're gonna close my eyes anyways. So like, because we're all supposed to close our eyes and you listen to Dr. Coates. So I close my eyes, and for like a little bit I don't see anything. I'm like looking around like, is anyone else seeing anything? Alright, whatever. I keep my eyes closed, and then instantly this picture of like a homeless person pops in my head. And I was very confused. So as my eyes are closed, homeless person picture pops in my head, and I open my eyes again. I'm like, that's not right. So I like reset. You know, I was like, alright, let's reset this. But close my eyes again. I'm not gonna see that again because that was random. Close my eyes again, and I see the same picture of this homeless person sitting on Bourbon Street, and I'm like, this has nothing to do with the message. Is it just my ADHD kicking in? So that happens, and I just feel like it's weird because you guys probably won't understand, like, an image of, like, it's weird to think. I never thought of, because people are like, you know, I got an image from God, so I didn't know exactly what it was at that time, but it was like the image was super focused on the person's, his or her feet. And I was like, this is weird. But they had like really messed up slippers, like really ripped up fluffy slippers. And I'm like, okay, like what the heck does this mean? And then it popped in my head, and God was like, you need to give someone a pair of your shoes this week. And I'm like, oh, come on, why? You know, I brought these shoes because this was supposed to go with this outfit, God. You're screwing this all up, alright? But I just couldn't get the image out of my head, even through the second sermon, and even past lunch. I'm like, alright, God, I'll pack a pair of shoes in my bag, and if I see someone on the street that looks like that, I'll give them to them. And I had a very sore attitude about it, because like I wasn't thinking bigger picture, and I was just like, I don't want to give a pair of my shoes away, like, blah, blah, blah. I like shoes. I like the pair of shoes that I was supposed to take. But anyways, so we go out on the street Saturday. Nothing. I mean, a very good day. We had really good conversations, prayed for a decent amount of people. It was just like very good conversation that day because I was more prayed up and more filled up, and so was my partner. So that day went good, but we didn't see any homeless people. And I was like, okay. Because even the year before, I had never seen any homeless people like on the streets, because like most of them are on the side streets, but on Bourbon you don't see that, and that's the only street that we can talk to people on. So I'm like, alright, God, this is like, obviously it was just in my head, I don't know what the heck was happening. Then Sunday goes by, and that's like our rest day, so we don't really do anything. I got to hang out with some of my friends, you know, just go out to eat. Sunday's a really good day for just rest, you know, talking with your roommates, getting to know everybody. But Sunday, I mean, obviously nothing happens because we didn't see any homeless people. But I was even looking. I was like, when we went to the mall, I was like, is there going to be a homeless person out here? No, nothing. So like, I'm getting excited because I'm like, what if that was from God? but every time it's just like, ugh. So then Monday comes around, and that's another day we go out. Okay, so then I think we had a couple sermons in the morning, and then we went out. And you know, right when I was about to leave, I saw the pair of shoes I was gonna pack, and I was like, do I really pack these? Like, it's just extra weight. Like, do I need them? And then I just felt like, you know, might as well, right? I mean, who knows what'll happen to the shoes I have on? Maybe they rip, and I have another pair of shoes. So I throw them in my backpack, and you know, the whole Monday goes. We're out there for like 4 hours. So you know, the first 3 hours, nothing is happening. I'm like, what the heck, God? Like, why did you put this image in my head and nothing's happening? But like with the last hour, during our last power up, we're doing our chants, blah, 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 blah. And the only person I told that I had this image of was a couple of my roommates and my partner. And my partner like tugs on my backpack, or like I look at her, I'm like, do you see that homeless person? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what the heck do I do? She's like, I don't know, let's go like look closer. And in my mind, I'm just like, if it's not everything that I have in the picture, I'm not gonna give the shoes away, because that's just me overthinking everything. But I get in front of like the person, and like, I kid you not, guys, I cannot like over exaggerate this. The exact image I saw in my head was there. And she was like, the person was looking down, fluffy slippers that were all ripped up. So I'm sitting there like that's how I feel. And I was like, what is going on? I look at my partner, I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, I think you just go up to her. So I walked up to her, and she was on some type of drug, I believe, because she was, you know, very uncomfortable and very just out of it. But, you know, I sat down next to her, I was just like, hey, and I didn't really know what to say. I'm like, how do I bring this up? So I sit down next to her, and we're just talking, and, you know, just small talk, asking her where she's from, like, does she like Mardi Gras, blah, blah, blah. And then I just kind of say to her, I'm like, hey, so, this is going to sound super weird, but God gave me an image of you on Saturday. And she was like, well, what for? And I was like, you know, I think it's because I'm here like supposed to talk to you, and I really feel like God is telling me to give you a pair of shoes. And she's like, she looks at me very confused. Like, now she's actually engaged in the conversation. She's like, what do you mean? Why would I give you, like, why would you give me a pair of shoes? And I was like, I don't know, but I'm just telling you what God told me. So I took the shoes out of my bag, and I was like, you can either choose the ones on my feet or the ones in my bag. And she ended up choosing the ones that had in my backpack. And as she took them, she was just like, like, you're not messing with me, right? I'm like, no, I'm not messing with you. Like, I can't make this up. Like, I can't make this up. And, you know, I gave them to her. We talked. I got to pray for her and just like pray protection over her and for her future and stuff. But it was actually super, like, that was so cool. And like, I stood up and I was like, all right, see ya. And I walked away. And I can't even explain. Like, I was talking to my partner for that last hour. I was like, did that actually happen? Like, holy cow. Like, that actually happened. So that happens. Then Tuesday comes. That's the day we're out on the streets the whole time, and just awesome day, praying for awesome people. Got to meet some people from it was like New Zealand or some European country, and they talked to us. They're asking us like, man, like, what are you guys doing down here? And we told them, they're like, it's so awesome that you guys are doing this. Like, we're Catholic, and it's really cool. Like, those power-ups actually work. And, you know, I just felt like I needed to just stay and talk. So we got to talk with them for like 30 minutes. It was awesome. But that day went by, and then, you know, we left Tuesday after our dinner. And the reason I tell you the shoe story is not because, like, to make it seem like I did some miraculous act, that I'm some saint for giving someone a pair of shoes. No, the reason I say it is because, like, in all honesty, I've never had something like that happen before, like, in my life ever, or like get an image from God. Because I hear people say it all the time, like, God gave me this image, God gave me this, God gave me that. I'm sitting here like, I've never gotten an image from God, like, ever. And it does sound super cliche now that I say it, but it was just cool. Like, I've never had that before, like I said. And to have an image be stuck in your head, and then to see that exact same picture in person, like, guys, I can't make that up. That, like, I saw that image, and it was like one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me, and definitely like rooted my heart in ministry kind of through that. Because even going into this thing, I didn't know exactly like if I wanted to go into ministry like 100%, and just like stories like that, and just the whole week kind of made me really rooted, like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to do. So it's honestly just a really, really, really cool experience. But yeah, guys, that's why I've been gone, but I will be back to making my fitness videos and everything like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button if you like, comment if you have any other you know, workout tips you want or anything like that, cool stories. But yeah, and subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you guys so much for just getting me to 150 subscribers, even though it doesn't seem like a lot in the big perspective. To me, it's huge because, you know, I started with 0, and it's cool that 150 people are watching. So guys, thank you so much, and I will see you next video.